Saving Social Security by Mike Russo, March 11, 2011. Social Security is the most successful social program in American history. It shouldn't be privatized, its benefits shouldn't be cut, and the retirement age shouldn't be raised. Social Security was established 75 years ago. More than half of our elderly population lived in poverty. Because of Social Security, the poverty figure for seniors today is less than 10%. Social Security also provides dignified support for millions of widows, widowers, orphans, and people with disabilities. Since it was established, Social Security has paid every nickel it owed to every eligible American, in good times and bad. As corporations over the last 30 years destroyed the retirement of millions of older workers by eliminating defined benefits, pension plans, Social Security was there paying full benefits. When Wall Street greed and recklessness caused working people to lose billions in retirement savings, Social Security was there paying full benefits. Despite its success, Social Security faces an unprecedented attack from Wall Street, the Republican Party, and a few Democrats. If the American people are not prepared to fight back, the dismantling of Social Security could begin in the very near future. Representative Paul D. Ryan, Republican of Wisconsin, the new chairman of the House Budget Committee, wants to partially privatize Social Security, lower its cost of living adjustments, and drastically cut benefits. An increasing number of his fellow Republicans agree. Representative Michelle Bachmann, Republican of Minnesota, one of the leaders of the Tea Party movement, has said that we need to wean everyone except current retirees off Social Security and Medicare. There are threats on other fronts. A deficit reduction commission established by President Obama called for increasing the retirement age to 69. Reducing cost of living adjustments for today's retirees, and deeply reducing benefits for future retirees who make as little as $42,000 per year. Just about every day, one conservative or another tells us that Social Security is in crisis, that is going to bankrupt, and that the Social Security Trust Fund contains nothing more than a pile of worthless IOUs. As a result of this barrage of misinformation, many young Americans have been convinced that when they reach retirement age, Social Security will not be there for them. So here are the facts. According to the latest report of the Social Security Administration, the program will be able to pay all of its promised benefits for the next 26 years. After 2037, Social Security will still be able to pay out about 78% of promised benefits. The non-partisan Congressional Budget Office has come to a similar conclusion. Social Security will be able to pay full benefits to every eligible recipient until 2039. After that, it will be able to cover 80% of promised benefits. Even with no change, the fact is that Social Security has $2.6 trillion surplus that is projected to grow to more than $4 trillion in 2023. Is this surplus, as some have suggested, just a pile of worthless IOUs? Absolutely not. Social Security invests its surplus, as it should, in U.S. Treasury bonds, the safest interest-bearing securities in the world. These are the same bonds that wealthy investors in China and other foreign countries have purchased. The bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, which in our long history has never defaulted on its debt obligations. In other words, Social Security investments are safe. Further, despite the manufactured hysteria about crises, Social Security has not contributed one penny to the very situation the United States faces. Social Security is fully funded by the payroll tax that workers and their employers pay. It's not paid for by the Treasury. Our deficit has been in recent years largely caused by the cost of two wars, tax breaks for the rich, a Medicare prescription drug program written by the insurance and pharmaceutical industries, and the Wall Street bailout. not Social Security. So why do they want to change Social Security? First, Wall Street stands to make billions in profits if workers are forced to go to private financial establishments for their retirement accounts. Second, Social Security is not an investment, it is an insurance. As the Republican Party has moved far to the right and become more anti-government, there are more and more Republicans who simply do not believe government has a responsibility to provide retirement benefits to the elderly or to help those with disabilities. What can be done to close the 22% gap in 2037? Although Social Security will be strong for more than a quarter century, Congress should strengthen it for the longer term. That is why the President has called for raising the cap on taxable income. Today, that cap is $106,800. No matter how much money you make, Social Security taxes are only deducted on the first $106,800. There is a 6.2% tax that payroll to cover Social Security. If you're self-employed, 12.4% of FICA, Federal Insurance Contribution Act, is paid. But by removing the cap on incomes of $250,000 or more, we can make Social Security fully solvent for generations to come. So in 2085 is the date that if everybody, including the mega rich, paid into Social Security, this is how long the fund would be 100% solvent. In Bernie Sanders' view, who is a senator from Vermont, he says, in my view, maintaining and strengthening Social Security is absolutely essential to the future well-being of our nation. For 75 years, it has successfully provided dignity and support for tens of millions of Americans. Our job is to keep it strong for the next 75 years. Thank you for watching this. I hope this has been beneficial and has clarified many points for you about Social Security. My sources have been the non-partisan Congressional Budget Office and Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, his op-ed article in the LA Times dated February 11th, 2011. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm Mike Russo, and I look forward to presenting more informational YouTube videos for you. Thank you.